Okay, we're on the top floor of the American History Museum. There's the Star Spangled Banner display on the floor below us, and now we are going to Wabam! The American Presidency. Here it goes. This is a drawing of Washington's inauguration. And here's William Henry Harrison's inauguration. He got pneumonia at this and died a month later. Here's the Lincoln inauguration with the man himself, Abraham Lincoln, right there. How cool. FDR, his inauguration. There he is, right there. And good old Ronnie and Nancy, there they are. It's from their inauguration parade. Okay, there's the first ladies. We're going to get to them later. George Washington. This is a telescope used by him during the war, and a portable writing chest or case also used during the war. And these were buttons made for his first inauguration. This was a chair purchased by the Washingtons for their use, and a bread basket and candlesticks, silver. This was the candelabra that he used to write his farewell address. And there's Washington himself. There's everybody. All 46. This was a carriage used by Ulysses S. Grant for his second inauguration. It was used in several other inauguration parades until it was donated in 1968. There's lots of cool stuff here. The inauguration of Nixon. This was the, overcoat worn by William Howard Taft. There's his hat. Got a President Truman banner in the background. And one for Herbert Hoover's inauguration. And lots of campaign buttons and celebratory things for the inauguration. There's Reagan, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, John F. Kennedy right there. That's for Eisenhower and Truman. The top button is for Roosevelt. The bottom one is Herbert Hoover. Here's for Teddy Roosevelt, William McKinley, Benjamin Harrison, and I don't know who 1881 was. That's awkward. Maybe Garfield, I think. I'm not sure. That's really awkward. Okay, let's move on. Whoa, so much president stuff. This is a copy. This isn't the real one. But right here would be Jefferson's desk that he used to write this. It's in the archives right now for restoration. Here's some cool things here. This is one of the first copiers. This is a polygraph invented by Thomas Jefferson. You would write with one pen, and it would be copied with the other pen. How cool was that? Let's see, what else do we have? These are molds of Abraham Lincoln's hands from 1860. And here's a couple of brochures and pamphlets. These are from Clinton and Eisenhower. This banner was used to celebrate the election of FDR in 1932, his first election. Happy days are here again. Willie McKinley's campaign poster from 1896. Vote for Hoover. People talking about the oil shortages. Here's another microphone used by FDR for his fireside chats, this time from CBS. And these were chaps worn by Teddy Roosevelt on his Dakota Territory ranch. This was a compass used by William Clark from Lewis and Clark under Thomas Jefferson's administration. And this is one of the earliest engravings of the Emancipation Proclamation. And the pen that Lyndon Johnson used to sign the Civil Rights Act in 1964. Here is Alan Shepard's spacesuit. It's very dark in here. Alan Shepard's spacesuit with his helmet and gloves. He was the first American in orbit in 1959. What's on this side? The Commander-in-Chief. Here's a war bond poster from World War I with Woodrow Wilson. This was a nuclear code football from the Clinton administration. And a newspaper announcing the use of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Here's a picture of George Washington reviewing the troops in 1974 during the Whiskey Rebellion. This uniform was worn by General Dwight Eisenhower while he was serving as the Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force in World War II. Hey, Truman. An early copy of Hail to the Chief. Very cool. From the John Tyler administration. That's when that began, under John Tyler. This was designed by, or for, the Nixon administration for formal White House events. This was for the Secret Service to wear. And here's a poster from Peru welcoming U.S. President John F. Kennedy. All right. What do we have next? This is a chair from Henry Clay in his straw hat. He was in Congress for 1,000 years. And this was the robe worn by Chief Justice William Rehnquist of the Supreme Court during the Senate impeachment trial for Bill Clinton. Here are some posters and signs that people have used to protest over time. Lots of buttons. It's for Vietnam. Babies making noise. Shh, it's okay. This was worn by Warren G. Harding. This pink frilly jacket and pants. That's interesting. This was made for the granddaughter of John Quincy Adams. And Jimmy Carter's daughter played with this dollhouse here. This is Harry Truman's shirt and Bill Clinton's saxophone. This was worn by Jackie Kennedy to a 1961 reception for Latin American diplomats and leaders of Congress. This is from the original White House. This piece here. During Truman's administration, they renovated the White House. This is an original brick that they took out. Some Christmas cards, Jimmy Carter, John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, some fine china, and weddings at the White House. Okay. What's next? These are some items from the death of William Henry Harrison. This is showing his deathbed. The funeral program. And his inauguration address. While delivering this address, he caught pneumonia and died as a result. Zachary Taylor died in 1850 from natural causes.
don't have a hole.
These are items from the Kennedy assassination.
Returned 3 that day, delivered his own history-making salute.
Life magazine. A drum used by the military band.
Nearly 100 years earlier, America had mourned the loss of the first president to be killed in office.
From when President Garfield died, this is the White House with black fabric on it.
As his body lay in state in the east wing of the White House, an estimated 25,000 people followed.
These items are from the assassination of Lincoln. This was the advertisement for the play that he was seeing the night he was assassinated, Our American Cousin. The co-conspirators. And an advertisement setting a reward for John Wilkes Booth and a few other of his assistants. And this is the hat that Lincoln wore the night he was assassinated, April 14th, 1865. He died the next morning. And up here is a flag flown from the back of his funeral train between Albany and Utica, New York. Funeral march for Lincoln. This is an interesting piece here. The Kennedy's board game. The original Lincoln logs, looks like. This looks like a mini Hall of Presidents, but it's a toy. And one of the oldest teddy bears. One of the first teddy bears, I should say. Look at that. How cool. Some street signs with our presidents' names on them. And just a couple more things. This is a painting of Washington at Mount Vernon. And an actual chair. It is believed that he sat in this chair not long before he died in 1796. It sat by his bed in Mount Vernon. And a couple days ago, May 29th, was John F. Kennedy's 100th birthday, or would have been.
Good job. The chance to change America for the better, to solve problems, to create opportunities, to enforce peace around the world. There are lots of wonderful things about this job. It brings you in contact with all the kinds of people. Living in the White House is wonderful.
Juggling.
To me,
rewarding aspect of my presidency, and I suspect of others, was the opportunity to work on problems involving
There they are.
individuals in our country and the nation as a whole.
These photographs were from January 3rd, 1961, right before he was inaugurated. And what presidency would exist without the right to vote? All right. That has been the presidents. Very exciting. Very exciting. Next time. Oh, one more quick thing while we're here. Might as well. This desk belonged to John Pershing, who was the commander of American forces during World War I. Here's John Pershing. Okay, now that is the end of that display, and we're going to try to do the First Ladies soon too.